screens are ready, so let's head right in.
All right.
It seems like it's a mirror match. So, yep, GC picked the Shaman to go against the Shaman. How do you feel about this?
Well, I personally hate the mirror. I played Shaman almost like half the season of the previous season
All right.
For May, and it just felt like whenever I hit whoa, Wind Fury and Mukla, whoa!
Okay. So it's not your typical. Wait, it's Ice Blue's deck?
It's Ice Blue's deck,
Wait,
by the way.
wait.
He hasn't
Did
actually
not
changed
see that.
much.
Did he change his decks or something?
No, he did not. That is funky.
What?
We'll talk about that in a second. But the
Okay.
keys to this matchup really feel like it's lightning storms and being able to outdraw your opponent through Azure Drakes or Manatide Totems, which always feels like a little bit RNG dependent, because if you get a good lightning storm roll, then it's a clear board versus 2 minions survive and you have to spend 2 more cards. So I personally am very frustrated with the mirror, but a lot of it does have to come with mana timing or mana management, as well as timing with some of your spells.
Yep. But man, I mean, Mukla and Wind Fury. That is quite interesting. Like, I mean, the Wind Fury is pretty good with the Rock Rider in hand already, right? So the Rock Rider effectively is a fireball for 1. So, oh hell no! I'm interested to see what other cards are in this deck.
I wonder if this is his response to like a Miracle Rogue, because not only does Mukla able to force mill from his opponent because you fill up the hand, but usually you don't get to flood the board too often against rogues, and also as a Shaman player, they're always holding cards like Blade Flurry. So if you have a big target like Mukla or even a Fire Elemental and they can't respond to it with a Sap or Eviscerate, then you just drop this 2-card combo and completely wham him for an extra 12 damage or something with the Fire Elemental.
Right. But the thing is here, if you don't drop the Mukla, when are you going to drop the Mukla? He does want to remove the wolves, but, I guess he would drop it next turn with the 1 overload.
Oh, yeah. This is okay, granted the fact that he has a Unbound Elemental to gain the buff, but generally speaking, spending 2 cards of removal for the Feral Spirits is exactly what the opponent wants.
Right.
Because the Feral Spirits just soaks up 2 for 1,
Yeah, even if it costs 5 mana, I mean, it's like cards are so much more important in the Shaman matchup.
Yep.
So.
And you know what though? That 1 overload does allow him to play Mukla next turn as well, and he has a 3/5 to kind of impose on the board. So I think this actually sets up a pretty nice board for Mukla for Ice Blue.
Oh, there's the ape.
That's interesting that it combos well with Violet Teacher as well. You don't often see this kind of combination, but
oh man,
GC technically has good cards to synergize with each other.
Sure, but I don't know. I think the Mukla is way more annoying to deal with like, Violet Teacher's combos or not. That's like the last thing on my mind if I'm playing the Shaman right now.
Sure.
I was like, do you Hex right now?
I feel like the Hex has to come out. You're staring at 8 damage with a huge potential follow-up. If you just kind of play this passively, like, how are you going to bounce back if he hexes your big creature, like you put out Violet Teacher, Azure Drake, say he gets killed, and then he just swings for 8 and then back into position where he's just able to dominate everything again.
Yeah. Like, it's to this point where there's just so many threats that usually you do want to play minions before spells, because minions take a turn to get ready, so then the next turn you get a minion attack and a spell. But here, it's like, you know that Shamans do not run healing. Well, we don't know their exact decks, but I mean,
well, I don't know, man. Mukla and
okay, fine. It might be pretty crazy.
Maybe he plays Voodoo Doctor. I don't know.
Voodoo Doctor, man, that's next levels. Okay, so he did end up to use the Hex. That is definitely the agreeable play.
It's just unfortunate because his hands. This is a problem that Shamans sometimes run into as well. That their hand gets clogged and they don't have a way to actually dump everything.
Right, and man, that Feral Spirits is a pretty good draw.
I think he's also subtly worried about Lightning Storm. His opponent's holding, what was it, 6 cards that he didn't use a single one other than Hex. So he feels like, maybe it's going to get Lightning Storm, but I think it's almost too good to pass up. Your Unbound's starting to get way out of control. So I think you can just start really imposing on the board. And if he doesn't have Lightning Storm, then you know that this game feels like it's a runaway.
Yeah, and the thing is, even if he has Lightning Storm, he still needs to like roll a good totem or have Thalnos also in hand. It's like, that's not really quite possible, right? I guess Fire Elemental seems like play here. It's just sad.
It is. It's so disappointing because the card quality of his hand is great. Look at all the value you get. Azure Drakes, the 2-for-1, 3-for-1 Fire Elementals, the Unbound, even Rock Biters are great for their mana cost, but it's just how are you able to push it out?
If only he had 1,000,000 mana. That would be nice.
Exactly. In fact, if he had 1,000,000 mana, chat would probably be spamming lethal right now, right?
Oh. And yep, the Hex goes off. I mean, yeah, I will Hex here. I mean,
yeah, is there a better target to Hex? Usually other than maybe Alec here?
Yeah, usually not, right? So, Hex is fine.
All right, well, what can GC do from here? He needs to fight back. He still hasn't picked up his Lightning Storms to completely swing it, but these Fire Elementals are slowly climbing back to value, and he picked up an Earth Shock, which was pretty valuable, and bring that back down to a reasonable power level. So, unfortunately, Ice Blue wasn't able to build up stuff because he does have kind of situational cards like Wind Fury sitting in his hand, and he needs to pick up a better minion now.
No, I think actually, it's swinged a lot in GC's favor because he's starting to play his cards now, and really, we see that Ice Blue is such a it's kind of like a more aggressive deck than a burst deck, right? But it's his turn 7, and his opponent is still sitting at 26 health. It's really, really healthy. So, man, he might be trading a bit too much.
Yeah, he was, again, it's because he hasn't had good follow-up to his Amukla other than maybe just being able to power up his Unbound slowly with and also just like having Hex and Wind Fury in his hand. So these are cards in response, but he needed more quality cards, have something like an Azure Drake push out or, pick up a 6-drop earlier. But now it seems like GC has the big card. A Lightning Storm is a huge draw if he can capitalize on it.
Well, it's definitely going to clear the board, but then the Iron Commander, I mean, the Fire Elemental is probably going to take it out. You don't really want to, leave that on board. And technically speaking, it only dies to an Earth Shock, right? I mean, if it dies to a Lightning Bolt or even a Rock Bite or something like that, that's a lot of value already.
Yeah, that's a fine, though, because the Fire Elemental already killed something with its Battle Cry. It's back.
Oh, man. You have Alec here, and you have Wind Fury. do you like quadruple Wind Fury? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I was one of those noobs, and a lot of people don't act like you were above that. When I first started playing Hearthstone, I really thought you could quadruple Wind Fury something and attack for 4. Did you not think that too, Amaz?
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
What?
But it makes sense. Like some things stack. Like a lot of things in Hearthstone stack, but the bolded words don't stack, right? So you can't double charge, you can't double Divine Shield, stuff like that. But you could double spell damage. There's like, a lot of cases. So
it's all right. You left me hanging, Amaz. I'll let you go for that one.
Well, I definitely see your point in like.
I thought brothers stick together.
Oh,
that's what we're supposed to do, man.
Like I see why you would get confused, but that never actually come across my mind.
Right.
Sorry.
I feel you.
Right. But here it's just like GC can literally do anything. Just drop.
Right. His opponent just essentially passed on turn 6. Like that makes you feel amazing. Now he can finally start pushing out all these things via Teachers, Unbound, even Argus if he feels like he wants to be more resistant to a Lightning Storm. But I think now is the best time to capitalize on what the cards he has in his hand.
And I mean the bananas are gonna really do a lot of work here. It's gonna like push his minions out of Lightning Storm range, and it's even gonna summon these very annoying 1/1s.
Yeah, and he just saw his opponent. He's already saw his opponent use a Hex, so the likelihood of having it is lower than what he expects. And now GC has an opportunity to really steal this game away.
Yeah, it seems like the early pressure, it wasn't really enough pressure. Oh, a Doomhammer, even better. That's great. That is Doomhammer plus two Rock Biters? How much damage is that?
So that's 8, that's 16 damage.
Yeah.
Plus plus the 9 that's on board, so that's 25, plus he has lethal.
He can banana the 1/1, right?
Exactly. He can banana the 1/1, hit the 0/2. He can Lightning Bolt the face and use the double Rock Biters. GC just picked up lethal. This is crazy.
Oh my goodness. That is lethal. 8 plus 16, 24, and yeah, that is. Holy jeez.
Now does he see it? GC piecing together what he has.
How often do you feed a banana to an apprentice? How often?
Oh, wait.
No.
Oh, did he lose it? Oh Oh no, he can't do it anymore. I think.
No, he can't do this anymore. No. But man,
Oh man.
oh man.
Oh, wait.
This
Maybe
is
he sees an alternative way. Maybe he sees an alternative way, and we're missing something.
no,
Nope, never
no,
mind.
not of the Argus, no.
Nope.
But
Well, this board is still really hard to deal with.
this reminds me of the first series where somebody missed lethal as well. But the thing is, with such a large prize pool at hand, and it's like everybody watching you, definitely there are some nerves, right? So I guess that's probably a thing. So yeah.
It does, but again, it's just these players, they are kind of nervous. It is some of the first times playing on camera. I don't think this is actually going to be of too much consequence, granted the state of the board and how powerful it is.
Yeah, I mean he's still holding 16 damage, right?
Right. Well, 19 if you count the lightning bolt.
Oh yeah. Well,
so
yeah.
he just needs to kill off this Alec here and then just go for face with everything he has.
Okay, hopefully it's this one. This one's easier.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
All right, GC. Now's the time. You got this, buddy.
You can
Let's
even
do this.
banana a totem and then count a lot. So this should be fine. This is the reason you play Doomhammer, right?
You have 10 mana and 10 all cards in your hand cost 10 mana. So just play everything.
Okay.
Just play everything.
Very good observation there.
The puzzle is there.
Yeah.
You got this, GC.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Doomhammer.
Yeah. Doomhammer even buffs that. Okay.
Okay. All right. He sees it. He's good.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. All right. There we go. So GC takes the game with a shaman. The regular shaman against this really weird Wind Fury aggressive shaman, and he played really well. I mean, he kept us calm, traded his cards, and just the value of the cards just start overtaking